Look who showed up. If it isn't 2021, grab a seat. Let me pour you a drink. I'll tell you one thing though. Before we get too far into this year, we gotta get some shit straight.
I know you wanna go to the city, so let's run away now. When the night comes, I'll find my way back home. Where do we go now? We're going nowhere. We're gonna miss the sky. We're gonna find ourselves in the end.
So we finally reached a point we could stick a fork in what was to be known as 2020. That was a hard year. It was tough. I remember when I started the Chronicles this time last year, I had a vlog that went up and I stated that I was gonna do 52 vlogs in the year, one a week. Which, I mean, that was a lofty goal, but I had no idea what was ahead of us. You know, we go through a couple of the vlogs and, you know, we run around, me and Big Titty, we did the Super Bowl and we kind of vlogged some of that stuff. Trips downtown Tulsa to shoot photos and to shoot video and gather B-roll and all kinds of cool stuff. And then boom, March hits and we do the infamous 14 days of quarantine to flatten the curve. If we only knew then what we know now, right? To me, by the end of 2020, it seemed like 2020 was 3 years long. Like, I look back and like the George Floyd incident, that seems like forever ago. You know, remember last January there was fires in Australia? How long ago does that seem? I mean, that was a year ago. I mean, I think the year took its toll on most people. I mean, I saw other creators online that had these personal goals and they were going to do just like I was. There was a certain amount of vlogs and a certain amount of content they were going to post. And then it just all kind of just fizzled out. I don't know. I don't know why that happened. I guess because there's only so much you can do when you're sitting in the confinement of your home. I saw, you know, on a frequent basis, people posting to social media platforms about struggling emotionally and mentally with, you know, with what's going on around us. I mean, it affected everybody way different and way more serious than I think any of us thought it was going to. So yeah, so COVID derailed the vlog last year. You know, as the year transpired, everybody kept, oh, it's 2020. Everything that you tried to explain that seemed a little bit off or odd, it was just real normal to explain it away as it's just 2020. But while there is, I mean, I think there is some truth to that. You know, I look back over the year and I mean, a lot of people are like, that's the worst year I've ever had. That's the worst time I've ever seen. You know, you hear all these things about 2020 was the worst. As we got closer to the new year in January 1, you know, I looked at putting up a vlog to recap the year, but I felt like I needed more time to kind of reflect on it and how I felt about it. You know, it definitely was not the worst year of my life. I mean, I can honestly say that. It wasn't very comfortable, it wasn't very convenient, but it wasn't the worst year of my life. Do I wish it would have been different? Yeah, I think we all do. But it wasn't the worst. There were a lot of things that happened that I look at and like, I used that time to grow. I used that time to work on my craft. I used that time to work on relationships with people that, you know, maybe I hadn't had relationships or I had a damaged relationship in the past with. I mean, I did some productive things. So I wouldn't call 2020 an L by any means. But now that we got this new year, you know, I think 2020 affected us to a point that I've realized as I scroll through the feed in social media, you don't see the caveat of new year, new me. You don't see those posts. I think people are still kind of exhausted from 2020. I don't think they want to put a lot of effort into finding a new me. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's interesting. It's a very different feel for the beginning of the year. And I think it's just because people are tired. They're exhausted. I don't know. I hate to feel like there's that many people. I mean, I see people all the time that claim that was the worst year of their life. I hope that's not the case. I mean, I guess it is for some people. It's one of those things that's very relative to you and your situation. Like I said, that wasn't the worst year of my life. It definitely wasn't fun. So yeah, I don't think we can really blame 2020 on 2020. I mean, the way I look at it when I reflected on how my year was spent, I mean, I went from being out and enjoying time with my friends and my family and doing things that I love to do, to waking up on a certain particular day and deciding I was going to quarantine myself within the walls of my house. I mean, we were told it was for the greater good. We were told that 14 days would flatten the curve. And now here we are, almost 10 months later, and we're still being asked to give up our liberties, our freedoms, and when it gets down to it, our sanity. The entire concept for this vlog was to touch base with you guys. This entire concept started with an Instagram post that I made on January 1. I posted a picture of just a simple cup of coffee. And I had taken the time on New Year's Eve to kind of sit down and look back on the year and think to myself, was it an L or was it a W? And how did it really affect me? So when I took that picture and I posted it, I just started typing the caption. And I got a lot of DMs that it really struck a chord with people and they identified with it. So if you go back to that post on Instagram on January 1 and find that cup of coffee, I mean, that morning I wrote, out with the old and in with the new. Isn't that the way the saying goes? 2020 was a motherfucker. Mentally challenging, emotionally challenging, and physically challenging. It was a year like I've never seen before. And despite the negatives, I still don't think 2020 was an overall L. Yeah, it was rough in certain aspects, but if I sit back and look at the year as a whole, I grew a lot, both professionally and personally. The truth of the matter is the aspects of 2020 that I don't dig, well, those are due to my own decisions. I decided to shut down. I decided to let the quarantine beat me up mentally and emotionally. I decided to let the outside circumstances dictate that I was stagnant, and those are just the cold, hard facts. So with this first cup of coffee of 2021, it isn't so much about a new year bringing better things. No. It's about me making better conscious decisions. Let's all do that. Make the decision to assure that 2021 is the year that you made the decisions to make it all happen. So yeah, we're going to take a run at the vlog again. Can I commit to 52 of them? I don't know. At this point, I'm not real comfortable doing that based on how 2020 was. But I know this, I'm going to do more of them this year than I did last year. That's an improvement. And that's the only thing I'm really after is improving on yesterday. You guys get out there, kick the day in the ass, and leave your mark on the world. Shiner. Out. Where's my hat? Motherfucker. Can we say mother? Are we going with I don't think I've ever filmed a vlog and not had a hat on my head. Just bleep it.